What's up everyone, I'm Elsa, my pronouns are she and her, and today we have a little body weight series. This is a strengthening session. We're doing it as a circuit. We are gonna spend 20 minutes here together doing the circuit a few times. Our goal is to complete the circuit as many times as we can within the 20 minutes. That being said, we're not doing this as fast as we can, try to get as many reps in as we can. We are trying to do this under control still in a way that feels good for our bodies. I'm just setting that 20-minute limit just so we know what to expect from our day. It's not like a stressful thing, not knowing how long you're going to have to spend working out today or moving your body. So that's why we're doing the 20-minute thing. So let's get right into this. Our first movement is going to be a forward lunge. So you're gonna choose one leg to start with. You can alternate as we go or just stick to one side at a time. And you're gonna take a nice big step forward and you're just gonna drop that back knee straight down, right? Our goal is to find two 90-degree angles with our legs, and then you're just gonna step right back. I personally like to stick to one side, but it's totally up to you. So you step forward, push back up. Step forward, push back up. You're keeping that knee so it doesn't go over your front toe, right? We're not bending forward like this. We're just dropping straight down and up. Another option, if balancing is challenging for you, it is something that is challenging for me, you can step forward, drop into your lunge, and just stand straight back up. Drop into your lunge, stand straight back up. Totally up to you, whatever you want. If you want like a nice middle ground, you can hold onto the wall and do the forward lunge, stand back up. Whatever works for you, right? That's all it comes down to. And then we are going to switch it on over to the other side if we decided to do one leg at a time, sorry. If we decided to alternate legs, you're doing 20 total, right? 10 per side. So I'm gonna start with my other leg. So big step forward, come down, stand back up. If finding that spacing is challenging for you, that is a totally okay thing. Once you get down into that lunge, you can totally adjust, right? If I notice that this is gonna be too wide of a step, I can come back up a little. If I notice it's too small of a step, I can scooch my foot back. It's totally whatever feels good for you in the moment, right? It takes a little bit of time to figure out what really works for you, so that's great. If you can't sink that low into your lunge yet, also okay, you can use a wall for support. Try to get a tiny bit lower than you normally do without using the wall, or go as low as you can, right? You can modify however you need to. This is your time. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm just giving you suggestions on how you can move your body during this time, right? So our next movement is going to be a side lunge. So you're gonna decide one leg you're gonna step out with. So you take a big step out to the side, and then you bend that knee that you stepped out with, and you're pushing that knee over your ankle, and then you're standing right back up. See, balance is hard for me. Don't stand up quite that hard. So nice and deep into that side lunge, coming back up. Again, if you can't get that deep, totally okay. Do what feels good for you, right? That's the point of this. You're doing what feels best for your body. So step out and back. Ha. And we're doing 10 of these, right? Pushing that knee over that ankle and standing up. And up. And up. Right? Go at whatever pace feels good for you. If you need to stop, take a breather, totally fine. Stop and take a breather. You are allowed to do whatever you want to do with your time, right? Once you have completed 10 reps on one side, we're gonna move to the other side. So again, take a big step out, bending that knee, pushing it over your ankle, standing up nice and tall. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in your opposite inner thigh. Stand on up. Ha. Again, you're doing these at a pace that feels good for you. Might not necessarily be the pace that I'm going at. And up, out, and up. Just breathing with it, right? Once you have done all 10 of those, we're gonna move into a body weight good morning. So good morning is a hinge movement. So what a hinge is you're hinging at your hips, right? You're not bending your knees, you're hinging forward. So for this body weight good morning, I'm gonna put my hands behind my head, right? I'm not pulling on my head or my neck, I'm just resting them here. My feet are about hip width apart, shoulder width apart, whichever you wanna go with. And then, right, I'm just going to send my hips back and standing up. I'm gonna send my hips back, and I'm continuing to look forward throughout the movement so that it doesn't cause my back to round, right? If I'm looking down and I do it, my tendency is gonna be to let my back round, right? That's not our goal here. If finding a hinge is harder for you, it's your first time doing that movement, I would suggest standing like a foot or so in front of a wall and then trying to do the same thing, right? Sending your booty back until you hit that wall and standing up. You can figure out the spacing a little better when you're doing it. It's gonna be different for everybody. Then you just send your booty back until you hit the wall and you stand up, right? You're not bending your knees in order to do it. You're just hinging at the hips. We're doing 12 of these. This you're gonna feel in your hamstrings. It's gonna feel like a nice, good stretch. We're doing 12 of those. Once you have done 12 of those, we're gonna move to a tricep dip. So for this, I would typically recommend doing it off of like a couch, a chair, like a low stool. Like I have a little ottoman here. So for a tricep dip, I am gonna have a 90-degree bend in my legs, in my knees, and then I'm sitting at the very edge of the seat. I'm gonna press my hands down right next to my butt, and then I'm gonna come off of the bench, just right up against it though, right? I'm not out here, my booty is right up against the bench, and then I'm bending my elbows and then straightening them to come up. Bending my elbows, straightening them to come up. So we're gonna do 10 of those. If you don't have access to a bench or something like that, then what you can do is from like the ground. You don't need a mat to do these. I just have one, so I'm gonna go on it, right? And you're gonna come with straight legs, hands still are right behind your hips, right? Your hands are facing forward. You're gonna lift off of that mat in a straight line, and then you're just bending your elbows and pressing them straight, right? I'm bending my elbows, I'm not dropping my butt like that. So it's whichever way is more comfortable for you. I personally prefer the bench or a chair, but that can be a little bit harder to have access to. So we're gonna go ahead and do 10 of those, right? Go at your own pace. You're not just hammering them out, you're just taking your time with it, making sure you really feel the movement, yeah? Right, so down and up. If this is too easy for you, go ahead and straighten out your legs and go down and up, down and up, right? Same concept. You're just bending your elbows, straightening them right back out. Once we have done those, we are going to move to push-ups. So for the push-ups, I, again, do them off of an elevated surface. That's just what's gonna feel best for my body right now. Or off of the ground, you can do them from your toes or from your knees. Either way, whichever one feels good for you, but I want you to be able to do these with as full of a range of motion as possible, right? So for a lot of people, that's gonna be an elevated surface or knees. It's where I'm at personally too, right? So we're gonna come to our elevated surface, right? Feet are hip width apart, right? Your wrists, your elbows are over your wrists, You're in a nice straight line, you're squeezing your booty, and then you're just gonna lower yourself slowly, chest hits the bench, push up in a nice straight line, right? Lower and lift. Ha. Just like that. We're gonna do 8 of those, and it can be a surface of your choosing. It can be kitchen counter, it can be the wall, it can be a chair. Up to you. If you are doing these from your knees, same thing applies. You're gonna be in that plank position almost, but then you are going to drop your booty in line, yeah? So you're not leaving your booty up like this, dropping everything in line. Again, your wrists are under your shoulders and your elbows, and then you're gonna slowly lower yourself all the way, and then push up just like that, right? The goal isn't to like do the worm in order to get back, drop your belly super low. You're doing these in with as much control as possible, keeping everything in line, yeah? Right? Once you finish your 8 push-ups, we are gonna go to a bench or that elevated, or the ground or an elevated surface again. And we're gonna do a 30-second plank hold. So again, up to you wherever you feel most comfortable. If you need to drop your knees, drop your knees. Totally okay too. If you need to do the plank from your knees like we did push-ups, totally fine too. It's whatever works for you. So I'm gonna come on my mat, right? Again, everything is gonna be locked out in a straight line. So we're gonna kick back into it. I'm gonna go from my elbows right now because my wrist is bothering me a little. So let's do it from our elbows, right? So still when we're doing plank from our elbows are under our shoulders. Palms are pressed flat into that mat. And then I'm just gonna kick up into plank, just like this, right? Everything is in a nice locked out line. I'm not piking my booty up like this, I'm not dropping super low like this. Keeping it all in control. Ha. Just for 30 seconds. If you wanna go from your knees, I would probably come up to my hands. And then again, just dropping everything in line, lifting your feet, just like that. Whatever feels good for you, right? You have about 4 seconds left in this plank. We'll do it from here for 3, 2, and 1. Release it. And that is our circuit done 1 time. So right now is a perfect time to pause, take a little bit of a water break, and then hop back in for round 2. We're probably only gonna get through this 1 more time, maybe 1.5 more times. It's really, again, just gonna depend on the pace that you wanna take this at. Totally up to you. You have full control of what you are going to do with your body, right? Okay, I'm gonna hop right into my second round, and we are starting again with those forward lunges, right? You can alternate legs or not, 10 per side. See, it's testing my balance already. You got it. And a lot of the times it is helpful to have like a mirror in front of you or something you can watch yourself in, right? So you can see, is this really what it's supposed to look like? It's gonna look different for everybody, right? But if you wanna head in a certain direction, then it's a great thing to have a mirror, right? And then we are going to switch legs or keep going if you are alternating legs, yeah? And again, you can drop straight down, straight up if that feels better for you. If you're tired after round 1, it's really whatever you want to do, right? You can change it up. It's all good. Okay. Once we have done our forward lunges, moving right into those side lunges, right? Again, we are going to take big step out to the side with the leg that you just stepped out with, bending that knee, keeping your other leg straight, pushing that knee over your ankle, pushing yourself back up. Ha. Just breathing, right? Keep it up. And if 10 reps does not feel good to you, do 8. If you want to do more, do 12. Do whatever feels good. And then we are going to our other side. Remembering to breathe. And remember, go at your pace. Okay. Once you have finished your 10 reps per side, we're going back into those good mornings for 12 reps, yeah? So hands come right up behind your head, not pulling, just resting there. Feet are hip or shoulder width apart, whatever feels good for you. And you're looking forward, just sending that booty back, standing up. Sending that booty back and standing up. Remember, if a hinge feels weird to you still, you can do it right up against the wall, right? Standing a foot or so away from the wall, hinge forward till your butt taps it, stand right back up. And you're gonna feel that stretch in your hamstrings, right? Not bending your knees, just hinging forward. Okay, once you have done all 12 of those, we're going right into our tricep dips. We got 10 of those waiting for us, right? So from a bench or from the ground, you're just gonna press your hands right into the bench, come right off of it, and drop down and up, down and up. If it's too easy like that, straight legs, down and up. Down and up. Totally up to you. If you notice yourself starting to move forward, just move right back. It's okay. Okay, once you have done all of those, we are going right into our push-ups. So I do them off of an elevated surface. I'm gonna go right off of this. Feel free to go off of something higher, totally fine, right? Kitchen counter is a great option. Wall is a great option. From your knees if nothing is readily available, another great option, right? Take these at your own pace. You can't get through your full 8 on the surface that you picked, totally fine. Get through 6, get through 4. Do whatever feels good for you, yeah? Okay. And if you can't lower all the way on the surface that you picked, maybe try something a little bit higher. Right, and if that isn't feeling good, you can head to your knees or to your toes. From your knees again, you're making sure everything is dropped into that straight line, core is engaged, booty isn't sticking out like that. You're just gonna go down and push right back up. Trying not to do that little worm thing. It's very hard not to, but with time, we'll all get there, right? That's our goal, right? It's about what you want to accomplish with your movement. And then our next exercise is going to be a plank, right? So we're gonna get ready for that. We're gonna go for 30 seconds. I'm gonna go off of my elbows. So I'm gonna put my elbows right under my shoulders. Palms are flat against the mat. I'm just gonna kick back into that plank. A nice straight line, right? If this is too much, you can go wider with your feet.
Make that base a little wider. Just breathing. Ha. Three, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Ha. Let it go. Release that. You're done. That was it. 20 minutes. Done. You did it. You moved your body. That's something to be proud of. You carved out 20 minutes of day for yourself. That can feel like a lot right now, right? 20 minutes to do something that is only for you. So I am very proud of you for showing up for yourself. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.